I don't come kilometers. I don't walk that many kilometers. Learn from the teacher. I don't take for the game, she no pitas. I decide bad mind from a distance. Not this sweet happy, I no more pitas. Oh, Doguni Misha, show you the confirm for your speaker. This time I call chopsticks for assistance. Show we they blow your mind, Afghanistan. Kilometers. I don't come kilometers. I don't walk that many kilometers. Learn from the teacher. I don't take for the game, she no pitas. I decide bad mind from a distance. Not this sweet happy, I no more pitas. When you come, make I give you the gist. When's the last time somebody did it like this? Too much ice on my bumper clap wrist. That's why everybody hating on me like Chris. Kilometers. I don't come kilometers. I don't walk that many kilometers. People think I be Johnny just come. Like I just got rich, like my money just come. Send them back to where they come from. For talking like the product of a torn condom. Southside no come from, me no care, my brother. One side, sit down for one chair, my brother. Come try, me will make you disappear, my brother. Long time it takes to reach here, my brother. Kilometers. I don't come kilometers. I don't walk that many kilometers. Learn from the teacher. I don't take for the game, she no pitas. I decide bad mind from a distance. Not this sweet happy, I no more pitas.
Welcome to the Smiling Suffer podcast. On the mic is Corey, and I have Ali here with me. Ali Alpha.
Dinner.
The Black G Wagon.
Was good.
That was Kilometer, the new Burna record.
Yeah.
What was your first impression?
I like the song.
He had dropped a little clip of it a few months ago, actually. Wasn't in like January.
I think he recorded it during maybe last year.
Yeah.
Or maybe early this year, very early this year.
Yeah, and then he dropped like a little clip of him running around the pool where they were playing the song. Yeah. And even that little clip I had heard, I loved the track. Yeah. And then I guess he had shared it with a few people. Like I know he had shared it with Usman Kamaru. Yeah. He had previewed it in his car. Promo. Yeah, these guys,
especially
they're learning how to play the game.
Kamaru knocked out.
Yes. Yes.
What's his name again?
That's what they try to do. They try to get maximum exposure.
Of course. And then, he played it in his car.
Yeah. That was it's a dope record, though.
It is.
Kilo me. So I guess it's safe to assume Burna may be dropping another album this year.
Probably.
Do you think it's too soon?
No, actually, because now you're at a different level. You're at the Grammy level. And I don't know. Like the album is Grammy album, but it's not like it's I don't want to say it's not a classic album, but it's not an album that in today's world, actually, unless you're a Beyonce, Jay, Nicki, these top people, you really need to keep pushing content. You can't really just... Yeah. And then he's a newcomer. So being a newcomer, he definitely has to, because it's like, okay, now there's a new audience that know who Burna Boy is.
Yeah.
So you have to give them new content. There are more people that want to speak to you. More radio stations want to do interview. You can't keep writing off or giving them the last two albums. You have to give them more stuff.
He could always just drop singles off the albums, though. Like
what, singles in the year?
Off the Twice as Tall album. Has he dropped up to 3 yet?
He's dropped 23. He's dropped Onyeka. He's dropped Monsters You Made.
He's dropped at least 4 then. He's dropped at least 4 then. Yeah, there's only so much he can tap out of that album.
Unless you do the whole,
Okay, that makes sense. So if he drops this year, he may be potentially
with Stormzy. Yeah, he's dropped a few songs.
Maybe potentially competing with Wizkid for that album for that world album of the year.
Man, I would like to see it. I'd like to see both of them up because Wiz did not make the last entry due to when he dropped his album.
Yeah.
His Made in Lagos is definitely going to make this next. one, so, or he should make the next one. So it'll be nice to see Burna and Wiz go head to head on
What did you think about? I mean, are you done with Burna? Any other updates on Burna?
No, that's it.
What did you think about Wiz and Thames' new joint?
SS is one of the favorite songs.
It's a jam. It's
been
a jam.
I mean, it's I love this. I love what's going on with this song because this album has been out for 6 months.
Yeah,
and
see, that's what I'm saying. Whiskey is still milking the album.
It's not a single. It's an album that dropped, and he didn't push the video out until like a month ago.
This isn't your bed. How'd you get?
Just mute mute it not on the computer, on the YouTube.
How do you mute it?
Yeah,
okay.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't drop. He dropped an album, and the album now has started to crawl back into the charts, the Billboard charts, the US charts.
Yeah.
And then
so what's it at right now?
I haven't checked the number.
This whole track is a vibe, man. The visuals of the album too. Whiskey that chairman. But you know what I think? I feel like Thames really.
No, she owned the song. She killed the song.
Owned the song. She low-key
but
owned the song. But
it's funny because she owned it. And I think this song is going to open doors for her. Like, everybody's going to be like, who's this girl? Who's this woman? Like, I'll tell you that.
There's something about her voice. It is so unique.
And I love the video, man. There's not a lot going on. It's just clean. It goes with the song. Oh, Whiskey cannot do wrong when it comes to this music business. Man.
I know he hasn't even dropped he hasn't dropped that
True Love, then Blessed.
True Love,
yeah.
Damian Marley. He hasn't dropped those, and those are bangers too.
This guy can't. And have you been seeing the love like it's getting from the international community?
Yeah.
Everybody was having it in their background. This guy Sabi Walker.
It was a very simple video. I liked it. Do you know where they shot it? Was it in Lagos?
I think it's Ghana.
Oh.
He loves Ghana now.
Oh yeah, I see the Ghana flag.
Star boy, Machala.
No track.
Yeah. So stats. UK Apple, it's at number 18, made in Lagos. US Apple, it's at number 82. That's the album.
82. That's top 100 tracks.
Yes, album.
Oh, top albums.
The
in the
album
country.
top
Okay.
100. It's gotten back into the top 100.
Oh wow. Okay.
6 months later. Songs. It's at number 358.
Okay.
Again, this is a song that came out 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It's moved drastically. It keeps moving up the album, and it's just crazy, man.
There were a bunch of artists that were bigging up the song too when it came out. I know Fat Joe was one of them.
Yes, Snoop.
Snoop too.
Snoop
I didn't
did,
know about
yeah.
Snoop.
Put a Snoop. Do YouTube Snoop Dogg. Just put Snoop Dogg in front of that. What you have on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Or put it after or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. The first one. On mute.
He rolled up a blunt. That's funny.
Then you have Kylie Jenner.
Oh, really?
You have Saweetie. She did play the whole album.
Really?
Yeah, she was. I don't even know how there's a page that has most of this stuff. She was having some sort of some sort of house get together with her friends, like at a beach, some location, like a getaway. And they put up most of her. She was recording herself, like they had like a Nerf gun fight or whatever. And you would hear different tracks off the album. You could tell she was playing the whole album because you would hear the songs come back to back to back to back. A lot of people have been pushing. I mean, Drake's radio station played it. They played 3 songs off the album I think 3 or 4 songs off the album. They played Blessed, they played Essence, they played True Love.
That's dope.
I think they played Ginger. I'm not too sure. I think they played because I listened to it that day when the Drake album radio stuff premiered, and they played about 3 or 4 of the songs. The album is going to be a classic. We're going to be listening to this album in 10 years' time.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Saweetie, did you see that video that came out?
She was performing for money.
No. Oh, what? She was performing for money where? I was talking about the Quavo video.
Which one?
It was just weeks ago. Remember the Quavo video?
Where they fought.
Where they were in the elevator. So what are you talking about?
A video came out. Google Saweetie performs for fans.
Wait,
I think just
performs for fans.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh,
see.
Was it at the Jake Paul fight?
No. For fans, yeah.
Performs for fans.
Yeah, that's it. That one. And she had how people have a hat where they're collecting money. It might have been probably a joke.
Oh.
Yeah. And she had a hat or a bucket or bowl, and then the thing kind of said something about bad bitch summer or something like that. Yeah. So people were clowning her you might not. Yeah, see. Pretty bitch summer donation. Yeah, so people on Twitter were clowning her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I noticed she's been getting pushed a lot recently. She's been getting a lot of performances.
Stop is gonna play something.
She's been getting a lot of performances.
Honestly,
and ever since that whole fight broke out, it seems like
as far as
her exposure.
I don't know.
Her exposure has been on the rise.
If not that, I just watched that clip. I wouldn't have even known she's the one that sang that song. I don't really know her music.
You don't really know?
Yeah, I know the song. That song she was performing.
She's been getting a lot of performances.
But so I don't know. I don't listen to City Girls. I don't listen to her, so I don't know. But any hype she's getting, I'm sure she deserves it.
I don't know.
I mean, you don't get undeserved hype, do you?
People get undeserved hype all the time in this industry. So you know me. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I feel like they're always planned.
But let's talk about.
I feel like they're always planned.
The video of her and
Quavo.
Quavo elevator video, right?
Yeah.
Was that her? Why do I feel like Quavo? I don't know. I was thinking Offset.
From the Migos
Offset
now.
Is the one with Cardi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the Migos.
Migos, yeah, Quavo.
Yeah, there was a video that, for those that don't know, there was a video of, first of all, Quavo and
they're broken up.
Saweetie. They've been like a high profile hip hop couple. And they've been dating for some years now. And I think what happened was there was a video where she was being interviewed, and some guys were asking her about threesomes, and she replied and said something about, well, yeah, if you want a threesome, so why don't I go and get another guy and then we can have a real threesome? And the guys were like, whoa. And it was like a setting where a guy that she had dated was there before. So people are wondering, that's kind of weird.
Aren't you like
so?
Quavo?
Yeah, how would you with Quavo, Justin, Sean, P Diddy's son? I dated her. Yeah, I dated. Those guys have ran through some girls in this industry. Anyway, I think they dated before. So people are just wondering, that's so weird. Why would you be having an interview? Your ex is there. You're making jokes about having threesomes with other guys. People just thought it was weird. This girl's supposed to be.
Then they didn't tell anyone they broke it up.
And then shortly after, she put out a tweet saying, "I'm tired. I need to save my." You know how they always put out those tweets. Anyway, long story short, it turned out that they'd broken up.
And then Quavo collected the Bentley.
And then there were rumors. He denied it. There were rumors that he collected the Bentley. I mean, I don't really care about all this hip hop, some of these hip hop dramas. At least not like I used to before. But the long story short is that a video came out
of them in the elevator
after the whole breakup. A video came out of them from months ago. I think this was during the pandemic, sometime last year, and they were in the middle of a struggle, and it looked like Saweetie had swung at him at one point, and then Quavo kind of manhandled her, grabbed her into an elevator,
threw her to the floor,
threw her to the floor and grabbed something else from her or something like that. There was some kind of struggle going on. It was hard to really know because it was an elevator camera, and we didn't really see everything that happened
audio,
before.
can't see what happened
Yeah,
after.
we didn't see what happened before the elevator opened, but it looked like he was manhandling.
I mean,
her.
from the video, it looked like he just slammed her to the floor.
Yeah, it looked like it looked like
he did
was
pull her to the floor.
he did, but it looked like they were in some kind of shock. And look, I'm not looking to say who was wrong or right, but this thing split the internet like nothing I'd seen before. There were some people that watched this video and they were convinced that Quavo was this wife beater.
Of course,
that was abusing
that's
her.
why she left.
Like
He's
completely. And then there were other
whatever
people
his star sign is
on the other
astrology,
side.
They're all saying all that stuff.
Yeah, and there were other people on the other side of the internet that were convinced that she was the abuser. And it's just weird how these days it's like a video that we all see and we're all seeing it through completely different lenses. It's just wild.
I mean, it's how you're conditioned or how you've conditioned yourself.
I guess.
You can already see. So you watch the video, and there's some certain facts in the video. A fact is that Quavo did pull her to the floor.
Yeah.
Bad, but that's a fact that we can all agree on.
Yeah.
But then the reasoning behind that fact is not.
It's not really clear.
It's all hypothetical, or it's all theory, or it's all subjective.
Yeah.
Since neither of them spoke, we didn't see what happened before. So that is where problem then comes, because you have a side that says, look, he threw her to the floor. He must be a wife beater. He must have been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And then you start your whole tirade against men and
then you
the whole
use
industry.
You
So
use that as some kind of
some type of you see, because in your mind because in your mind you've already told yourself that these are how men behave. Then on the other side, you now have certain people who feel like you're coming for them or you're coming for the gender.
Defensive.
So you now become defensive, and
then you start trying to justify.
Now justify it by saying stuff like, you don't like it looked like, oh, she was running away with his purse or his bag, and he was trying to get it back.
Yeah,
or
like
she was
just
fighting with somebody
conspiracies.
Else. So many conspiracies.
Why are we so desperate for like some kind of like to form some kind of automatic narrative? How about we don't know?
We don't know, and we should all agree on the fact, and the fact is that he threw her to the floor.
Yeah.
And as a man, throwing a woman to the floor in that manner of what we saw is bad.
Well,
in that manner of what we saw, because
we
don't know what happened based on the fact that we didn't see. The only thing we saw is he threw her to the floor.
Yeah, he manhandled her.
Yeah,
he manhandled her.
So because I won't tell you, I won't have a woman come up to your face and spit on you or try to attack you, and you throw her to the floor. That's a different scenario.
Yeah,
you have to kind of defend yourself. So we didn't see.
We don't
know this. So based on what we've seen, we can only say, okay, what we've seen is
he
manhandled her, and that's bad.
Yeah,
from what we've seen. Until if you care to see what else comes out of it.
They did say they were going to open an investigation, and they said nothing came out of that.
Yeah, so until whatever happens out of it,
but they're not dropping any charges against anyone.
Exactly. So, but going based on the video and saying, "Oh yeah, he manhandled her," and then going on a tirade on internet to either say she was justified, or he was justified, or to go on and say, no, this is how men behave, men are animals. It's at this point, it's like, take a chill pill.
Yeah, everyone is always trying to form their narrative.
Yeah, just relax. We can all see, yes, he manhandled her, and let's just say, okay, manhandling a woman based on the situation is not a good thing, but don't come with narratives that you don't know about.
Yeah.
Either way, there's no other. Did we see any? Did you see any? Wait, did you have audio? Did you?
Nothing.
Were you there?
Nothing.
Speaking
of how to treat a woman, there was this one little clip I want to share. Have you seen this before? Hold on. It's hilarious, bro.
I've seen it.
Did you see how they were praying?
I saw already. You held that from behind.
Who are these people? Physically. Financially. You see how you give out the money? Mentally. But this was not that cracked me up. It was a prayerfully. What spiritually? What's this? Yeah, I thought
TikTok is one hell of a drug, man.
Are you on it?
No.
I'm not on it.
No,
I'm not. I
no.
know if I'm on it, I'm going to be hooked on it.
Yeah.
So I just stay away from
Yeah, I
it.
see, but I see things like when people bring it to Instagram and bring it to Twitter.
Yo, I was cracking up at that
TikTok
spiritually.
has
For those
its-
wondering what we're talking about spiritually, right? They say how you support your woman spiritually. The guy is literally.
He's cutting her from behind while they're praying. And then his hands.
Yo, it's
It's a very
hilarious.
corny video, sha, but
Very
it's
silly
TikTok
video.
now. It's TikTok. It was funny when I saw it. I mean, the points do make sense, but the way they acted it,
the dramatization was just
dramatization.
over the top.
Yeah.
What else happened, man, in music, in hip hop? Before we move
what
on,
happened in
I
music?
wanted to touch on the Super League thing, but before we
I
move
mean,
on
what
to
happened with
sports,
music? I don't really know. It's been
Any other records?
Oh, BlaqBonez dropped his album. It's pretty decent.
oh yeah, he's got a record, right?
He
Should
has
I-
a few records where you can play Bling. Bling is one of my favorites of the album, featuring Amare and Buju.
Yeah, let me.
His album did go number 2. in
Buju?
Nigeria. Yeah, Buju is on there.
Buju, that means Buju has 2 songs on top 10 now because he has
But
another
that's the
record
one
with
Ladipo.
the Ladipo.
Yeah, I like Buju, man.
Okay, so the name of the album is Sex Over Love,
Sex
right?
Over Love, yeah.
And what's the name of the song again? Blink.
Bling.
I don't.
It's
okay, there
number
it
2.
is.
So the number 1 song in Nigeria top 10, top 100. These are like the songs I listen to every day.
Yeah,
Is
I think right now is the
Feeling, the
Ladipo.
Ladipo, Buju, then BlaqBonez, Kilometer, Bounce. But yeah, Bling, the album is actually pretty good. I don't have the metrics for where it's sat on the Nigerian iTunes or whatever, but the album is pretty decent.
Look,
And
BlaqBonez works hard.
he works
man.
hard.
He
Does
works
his
media.
promo, he promotes
social
himself.
media.
So he goes
he goes
around.
around.
There's a time he went around Lagos with like a megaphone saying, "I'm the stream my song, this and that." Even when the album dropped, I remember when Wizkid has been sending everybody this made in Lagos care package
Yeah,
with stuff inside. Wizkid sent it to him while he was recording it. You know, obviously there's this like Instagram page like Wizkid News that picks up everything Wizkid related. So I'm pretty sure he knew that page would pick it up. He knew people would see it. So while he was recording it, he was bigging up Wizkid. I was like, before I forget, if we're gonna stream my album, you know, it's like, and now you had a whole bunch of people who are coming to look at it because Wizkid gave you something knowing about your album. When the album dropped, he was number 2. He made a video saying, "Brother boy, I beg now, you want Grammy, what else do you need? Let my album." And then Burna boy ended up saying, "Go stream his song." Wizkid said, "Go stream his album." Sorry, the video posted it. So
he also does a lot of TikToks.
he does a
too,
lot of
right?
TikTok. Yeah, he's doing very. I don't know about TikTok. I don't know if it's TikTok. I haven't seen TikTok.
I know he does a lot of social media,
He does a lot
but
of
let me
social
play
media,
Bling
yeah.
real quick. What?
You have your laptop muted or something.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you gotta start it again now.
The mute. This is my mute button. No, they agree with me today.
The lady boy, cause he's shiny. Too many girls when they sign me. They say I love you cause you sexy. Yeah. But me, I know that they like me. Bling, 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 bling. Ding, 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 ding. Bling, 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 bling. Ding, 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 ding. Ooh. I've been in detail, don't do. But she say she no one go. Every day telling me bonjour. Cause the money sweet like banco. I've been in detail, don't do. But she say she no one go. Every day telling me bonjour. Cause the money sweet like banco. So I put the feather come on when I pass it down. So I put the feather come on when I pass it down. Put some Gucci on that booty cause she kill a man. That's why she don't want to go, she wanna stick around. But she say that she love me cause I'm sexy. And I tell her that she lying, that she flexing. She be screaming, I be screaming, we be reckless. But I know that she be liking makeup sexy. Yesterday shifting the goalposts. They know if you play me, they don't know. Cause the man come for the ghetto. From the street where they go. Yeah, yesterday shifting the goalposts. They know if you play me, they don't know. Cause the man come for the ghetto. From the street where they can go. Bling, 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 bling. Ding, 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 ding. Bling, 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 bling. Ding, 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 ding. Ooh. I've been in detail, don't do. But she say she no one go. Every day telling me bonjour. Cause the money.
So that was BlaqBonez. I thought he used to be a rapper.
Date of the other one. The first one was October.
Yeah, David. Wale was just arguing with me if I hear about a
Whose
better
album? Because
No, you're looking at a good time. So where is a better
November,
time?
No, that was does this in November.
Oh, November 13th.
Yeah, 2020. Then Made in Lagos came out.
Okay,
October
yeah.
13th.
So Wale has been trying to make a point to me about this Davido and the fact that his songs tend to fizzle very
They do
quickly.
tend
Me,
to
I still
fizzle.
love the best.
The
I
Best
love
is an
the
amazing
best.
song. I think it's the best
I love
song of the album.
best. But basically, he's trying to make a point that Davido does songs don't seem to have.
So this is
power.
where it came from.
Is that the argument
So
you're making?
no, I think he does have music that can last. But my argument is that Chocho song that came out.
Okay, he
That's
just
the
song released a song
with
with
Zlatan song, and that's the song where I'm like, what is the point of this song? And
I'm
why
not gonna
are
play
you
it.
why are you singing such a
Yeah.
song? Like
It
I feel
debuted
like
on number one,
you've
but then it
passed.
dropped.
I feel like you've passed this stage. Is where I'm coming at. Like I understand you and Zlatan have a relationship and all, but yeah, nobody every song you go hop on.
Yeah.
Like at some point, learn to say no. Do you get
Was this a Latin song?
Zlatan song?
Okay.
So it came up it debuted on. So I look at the top 100 Nigeria song, which is what people are listening to. Every day, updates every day,
Yeah.
based on what people in Nigeria with Apple Music are listening to on
Yeah.
Apple Music, or in any country you can put it to, but the Nigerian one. Chocho dropped, and they all hyped. God said it's number one, and I looked at it. It was number one on the Nigerian top 100, but again, I don't want to say it's easy to be number one, but when you have a star name behind you, it's easy to get to number one the day you drop a song,
Yeah.
because everyone is searching to listen to it, even
Yeah.
if they don't listen to it long.
Yeah.
Today, it's at number 39.
So it's really about how
long
you can stay at the top
at
of
the
the
top
chart.
of the chart.
Because it's very easy to be at the top and then drop off very quickly, which is what seemed to have happened to the Chocho song. But you're now trying to extrapolate that one Chocho song, and you're trying to make it seem like all
I
his
told
songs
you,
do
but
the
I
same
told you
thing.
this was the argument I had when A Good Time came out. You remember
Yeah.
I used this guy's
No, but there were a bunch of those songs that stayed for a while that came back up.
No, but remember I used this guy as an example, Fireboy's album. I was telling you that there were more Fireboy album songs in the top 20
Yeah.
months after than there were A Good Time album. But A Good Time does have songs.
Yeah.
A Better Time even has songs.
It does.
But like maybe it's unfair to use Wiz because Essence has blown back in. But Essence came out before.
Yeah, but Essence,
And Essence is in number 6. Even
yeah,
the
but
next
we
even
know
Ginger,
we
but
know
we know-
we know Wizkid is an exceptional. So
yes.
it's unfair,
So it's
to,
unfair
compare
to compare. But what I'm saying
Wizkid.
is, I think at some point, so there was a thing I was watching on this facts only thing on Pulse TV. I like to see on YouTube sometimes, and there was a comment about how Nigerian artists last year were giving up hits for quality songs.
Okay.
In Nigerian hits, there are two different things. In Nigerian hits and a quality song, because of the type of music we classify as hits, sometimes they go in opposite direction. A hit song is not necessarily a quality song.
Yeah.
So again, when Made in Lagos came out, a lot of skeptics that are not really like music fanatics called the album trash.
Yeah. Because they weren't like instant.
Because
hits.
there's no, dance. You can't zanko to the album. They said streets cannot sing to the album. They said streets cannot feel the album.
Yeah.
You can't play it, But here we are 6 months later, this album is still going up the charts. Quality. Now, Olamide found the perfect blend. That's why I told you that out of Nigerian albums that came out last year, as far as Nigeria is concerned, I think Olamide dropped the best album. Because he had the perfect blend where he had music that, he had loading with the beats, but then, you had the song with Omale, which, Infinity, which still was still a hit. It's still a quality kind of song.
Yeah.
So last year, a lot of artists were doing that. They were giving up on Olamide's prime example. And you can see Olamide, I remember I told you that Olamide was prepping for international stuff when he signed with
Empire.
and the album he dropped before then was very Englishy, and I think it kind of
more
hit
singy.
more singy. I think it kind of failed with that album. It was a miss, but this other one,
it came for it.
Carpe Diem, it came for it. Now, then, a lot of people will tell you an artist like Davido might not, or Olamide, or somebody might not care for Grammy. I think it's a lie to say that any Nigerian artist doesn't care for Grammy. Because the same Olamide has told you people before that he doesn't care for international recognition. Then why are you signing with Empire Records, a distribution deal in America?
So you think even though he's saying one thing, what he's doing seems to be
it was easier. It was easier.
International.
Yes, and it was easier. It's easier to say.
No, but it could also be that he just wants to make more money and he wants to
maybe money too. Money too is involved, but for whatever reason, it's changed. But it's okay. He's still sticking to his lane-ish. Now, again, like I said, a hit is not the same as quality music. Quality music lasts over time.
Yeah,
we give hits. Problem with hits in Nigeria is that we're not even so used to them that when you even drop a hit, it doesn't last again.
Yeah.
Cho is a dance. That song is like going at 500 beats per second. Like, this song is so fast.
It's really fast.
It's a very fast song. But
should I play a clip of it?
You can play a clip of it. It's a dance song, But at the end of the day, guy, you can't listen to that song 10 times in a row.
It could have been he was just doing Zlatan.
He was probably just doing that time. But I'm like, at the end of the day,
you end up diluting
your
sound, your brand.
Yeah. Or Chocho, or whatever it's called. Yeah, that song's fast.
You know me, I've always thought this guy was bad. I'm just keeping it real.
Zlatan gave me Lagos Anthem that I love, and now you're giving me this as a follow-up song. Yeah, but it's going at this fast.
Are the clubs even open that you can be dancing this?
I don't even know. But if these are the songs that you dance and you lose weight or you sweat to, eventually at a particular time, the song's not going to last, and that's what we're seeing. Mm-hmm. I believe D&G is a better song. It's a nice song. I believe songs like Blow Your Mind is a decent song. I believe he has it in him to give you quality music. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, he just loves to give you this. I think the way he sees his life is every song I drop is a hit, must be a hit. Mm-hmm. It is fine. But by the Niger context, I think the problem is that you might be limiting yourself. If you're aiming to give every song as a hit. We talk about Drake as the best artist in the world.
Yeah.
Drake, look at the 3 songs he dropped.
1, 2, 3.
Those 3 songs, they're not
Scary Hours 2 or something.
Those songs are not formulas for hit. They're not your typical. Mm-hmm. The hits today in America is mumble rap now. Mm-hmm. Those 3 songs. He has the lemon pepper freestyle.
Yeah.
He has the one with the Lil Baby or who's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what's the other one?
The solo one.
The solo one.
What's next? We'll see what's about to happen next. Okay.
Again, those 3 songs went number 1, 2, 3. He could have easily. The guy doesn't. Even when he changes, it's still like. I don't know how to explain this thing. I just feel like maybe he's lazy. Maybe I don't know. Maybe laziness is the word for it, or assurance that if I go this way, I can never.
It could be many things. It could be many things. It could be he's doing a favor. It could be he.
But I believe that the guy
wants to remain relevant in the streets. It could be that too. I mean,
you've conquered it.
That's the thing. I don't know, man.
Go beyond it. That's always my thing. You've conquered it. Go beyond it.
I feel you.
So, but that's my own take on it.
What else on music?
That's all with music for now.
Okay. I want to talk about this Super League that came up. Man, this thing really rocked the world, though.
It did.
When world leaders start to chime in on decisions being made
those ones too,
on world football scale.
Those ones too are just pandering.
I think
want to believe
it was the French president, Macron, and the British Prime Minister. They chimed in.
I refuse to believe these people did not know anything about it prior to it happening.
So for those that don't know, especially our viewers that don't necessarily watch football, can you just give us a breakdown of what happened?
So there's 12 teams.
Yeah.
From across Spain, Italy,
England.
There was no French team. There was no German. There was 3 leagues.
Yeah.
Wanted to come together to make a Super League.
Yeah.
Now,
Chelsea, Arsenal.
So in England, it was Chelsea. I don't know why they included Arsenal, but Chelsea,
Arsenal, Man United,
Man U, Man City, Spurs, and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at
in Spain, it was Real,
Barcelona, Atletico, and then Juve was both Milan clubs, Inter AC and
Juve.
Now they made an announcement. Basically, they're saying they're not making a lot of money from UEFA, and then with this pandemic, they're losing a lot of money. So you have
and that's because of ticket sales.
ticket sales and other stuff, sponsorship and other stuff. JP Morgan was going to give these people a lot of money.
You see, that's the key part I wanted to.
So,
you see, the Americans like money.
Yes.
And whenever they come, I thought it was a brilliant idea.
It is a brilliant idea. I think
money-wise, it was a brilliant idea. So explain. JP Morgan came in, decided that they would finance this new league, right?
With a lot of money. And I think...
But this new league format was going to ensure that they didn't have to...
So I'll get to it. Now, here's what happened. So JP Morgan, it's a beautiful idea. And the American owners are the ones who kind of pioneered this.
Yes.
Now,
America, when it comes to making money, you go see them.
It's beautiful because they were taking away power from the FAs and they were taking it into control, right? UEFA, and they're taking control into their own hands. And they were taking money to help in the sport. They were also going to get a women's version. They were going to add more teams. There were 12 founding members.
Yeah.
And then more teams were going to join from across the world.
Yeah.
And it was going to be this amazing super league.
They were waiting on Germany.
There was going to be France. There were going to be a lot of other clubs in there. Now the problem is that,
and they were going to leave 4 spots open for people for other teams.
Other teams. Then every year teams can rotate and come in.
But the main club, the founding
members,
go nowhere.
So the idea behind it is,
which is like the NFL.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Picture the NFL or the NBA.
Yeah,
there's no relegation. There's no promotion. It's the same teams, the same franchises that you see in the NBA that we have been seeing, unless a new franchise is added. That we have been seeing for years. Same thing with the NFL.
Yeah.
And it works in America. But unfortunately, where the issue comes is, so England is where the fans decide to protest. The British people invented football.
They did.
Yeah. And they have a very different culture when it comes to the sport. If you look at American sports here, you look at MLS, they do playoffs. They do it like I don't think they have relegation and promotion.
Yeah.
So so what ends up happening, I don't think so. So what ends up happening is the English fans are like, wait a minute. If you do a super league with these 6 English teams, is it 6?
Yeah,
6 English teams.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that nobody can join or they can never get relegated. That takes away from our culture. England has...
Because what happens is Champions League becomes obsolete, essentially.
Yes, so not only does Champions League become obsolete, when Champions League becomes obsolete, the Premier League
top 4 becomes obsolete.
Nobody's fighting for top 4.
It is so disruptive.
And what ends up happening is you're not fighting for top 4.
For top 4.
And the passion of, I think this is where the founders of clubs like Man U, Arsenal, the American owner, Liverpool, became tone deaf.
Yes.
It's because first of all, they're not really involved in the game. They don't come to the country. It's business. They just want to make money. So, the Premier League, I tell everybody, the Premier League of football, soccer,
it affects a lot because the smaller teams, right, where people... there are players that come, you look at Jamie Vardy, for instance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't get
someone like Jamie Vardy.
That's what happens. So you look at you can't get a Leicester winning Premier League.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
So the problem is that again, the soccer fans or the real football fans, the sport itself, the passion. There's no other sport that has that passion when it comes to the fans. Even the stadium atmosphere, you go to watch a soccer game, football game, like a European one, not an American one. There's no other sports I've been to other sports, I've been to the arenas. There's no other one
the fans have
that you get that energy.
This sport, what it
the
is.
The passion. Look at Premier League. Aguero scoring in the 94th minute in that game versus QPR when Man U's game was already over and we had won the league.
Yeah.
That passion that some people felt, that disappointment, you can never get it with something like this. Super League is just like, what are we fighting for? We're always going to be here. Look at Arsenal losing, coming out of Europa League.
It's for people that just want to watch the big teams
play each other. And that's the problem because, again, when you look at American sports, they want to see. That's why American invented sports has a tie.
Yeah.
You get it? Because they can't phantom sitting down for
another 2 games
and then nobody has scored a goal, nobody has won, no winner, no loser. What the hell? Do you get? So that's what these guys were trying to get to. But unfortunately, different fan base, different mindset. So they dropped the ball there.
They did.
And the English fans said, look, but in hindsight, it actually was not a bad idea having a Super League.
It wasn't.
I some teams were going to just use that to replace Champions League.
I think when the minute I stopped really fucking with it was when I realized that, oh shit, there's some players that really won't get as many opportunities to like shine. You know, there are players that come from like small clubs. See that Bamford guy from Leeds United.
Yeah, he can't shine.
Like there's no like.
First of all, then,
you know, his next contract now they're going to be, you know, teams offering him money.
Of course.
The guy is a
then you're going to have these 6 teams, you know, just being like
they're going to consolidate all the talents.
Yeah. So
it would mess up all the domestic leagues.
It was going to mess it up.
It would mess up all the Division 2.
Yeah.
You know, people are passionate about that Division 2.
Yeah, some people just came. Norwich came back up.
Yes, now.
Was for the backup division. Some other teams are fighting for the 3rd place.
Yeah.
Like at this point, it becomes, what am I fighting for?
Yeah, but they put a stop to it.
It lasted for 2 days.
It looks like,
but there are still 3 teams in it.
Yeah, it looks like Real Madrid had
Barcelona. It's Perez.
Perez was the one that kind of spearheaded this thing.
Yes,
and they're saying that, I think Perez said something like, these guys have already signed up, that they can't drop out. Chelsea was one of the first to drop out.
Well, Abramovich is already.
Yeah, but they said they already signed a document saying that
Abramovich is under trouble with someone in the British government because he has not been allowed in the country for years. Yeah. So I think he's like, oh, I don't want to enter more trouble. Please, you guys pull my club out of this thing.
Yeah, he pulled out quick. Apparently, they said that they're saying that he wasn't even really involved.
They said the main people that were involved were the American owners.
Yeah.
They were the ones that kind of brought
Liverpool is the one that also owns Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right?
Fenway Group.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's Tampa Buccaneers. No, Tampa is Cronky, I think. That's
Arsenal. Okay, so they own Arsenal.
Yeah, Liverpool is the one that
Arsenal fans hate those guys.
Liverpool guys own what a Fenway Group. I think
the Red Sox.
Red Sox. Boston, is it Boston?
The Boston Red Sox, yeah.
LeBron too has
a big piece of it.
Big piece of it. The United owners they own
those are the Glazers, right?
Glazers. They own an American team too. Maybe they might be the one who own the Tampa. They own an American team too. Oh no, Cronky owns Rams, I think.
Oh, Rams.
Yeah,
okay. Okay, so it might be the Glazers that own the Tampa.
Tampa, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they own. It's just money for these guys.
JP Morgan, man. Those guys, they
man.
plotted to completely destabilize UEFA. But you know what? It's good because UEFA and FIFA too, they'll get their shit together. Because they
all of a sudden, UEFA has come out and said, oh, we have more money to give you guys.
Yeah,
so it kind of helps in a way.
Yeah.
As far as
it's good to know that there's that option.
As far as like saying those guys signed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, fine. They sign. What's the penalty if they sign a deal? Like what's the penalty for a league that never started? Oh, they're not going to get a piece of the money. The league is not holding. 3 teams can't hold the league.
Yeah,
it's Barcelona, Madrid. I tell you, those guys run Spanish FA. So,
but there's, I think Barcelona and Real Madrid were the ones that were affected the most by this pandemic too, from what I heard.
Yes, everybody got affected.
They're saying that they got hit really hard, and they're looking at how they can keep more of.
But Juventus is still staying in the stuff, and the Italian football FA has told Juve that if they stay next season, they might not be able to compete in Serie A.
Yeah,
they're gonna have
they're
to
coming up with harsh penalties
Juventus
for anyone that goes near that
heat
thing.
warning, because remember, Juventus got relegated before.
Yeah.
They penalized them, they relegated them for match fixing, I think.
I remember.
And then they deducted points. So they better listen to the Italian FA.
Yeah, but it was crazy, man. I mean, even after Man U had pulled out, the Man U fans still went
so the
and
Man U
disrupted
fans,
that
the problem
Liverpool
is
game.
because with the fans, they were like, look, the Glazers. Yeah, I'm not. I've always said this thing during every riot and I'm not a fan of destruction. I'm not a fan because in the midst of the destruction, okay, fine.
On top waiting,
there were people in the stadium that were using the ball to recreate Wayne Rooney's goal against Man City. So you are protesting too. I'd be like, you get it? At the end of the day, you end up just giving hoodlums an opportunity to.
They now it's gonna wear the old man.
I
didn't even know Manchester United used to have an old jersey,
green and gold, the new jersey. But at the end of the day, I understand the anger and I'm fine with the protesting outside of the stadium. But again, on the flip side, this is the most we've heard the Glazers talk. The Glazers actually come back.
Did Ed Woodward get fired?
He resigned.
Oh, he resigned.
He's supposed to be, his resignation is supposed to take place end of the year.
That was also another. That was another announcement that came out.
Yeah, they claim it was unrelated. And they claim actually they went behind his back. He didn't know whatever it was. But now the Glazers have come out to say they will invest money. They've come out to say all sort of stuff. So we'll see. We'll really see. I mean, me, as long as, look, if the Glazers should buy Jadon Sancho for me in the summer and they defend our midfielder, I'll forgive them.
You really, how old is that guy, Seth?
Sancho, like 21 or something like that, or 20. That guy's a baller.
You see my boys? We in the finals.
I've been seeing it. I'll wait to the finals.
We in the finals.
The artist is called.
Watch out! We'll come for the double.
The artist is called Crayon.
What was that song now?
It's called Crayon. That's the artist.
Mid song. Rema and Crayon. That's the one that you've been humming all day.
Yes, man.
We're gonna go for a quick break. This is Too Correct by Rema.
This should be the number one song in Nigeria. I don't know why it's not even number one.
By Rema and Crayon. So it's a banger. Check this out.
Another banger. I did fuck on now when I said you, but you not really know. I went my dash is supposed no one superstar indigo. Inside my heart I did love, but for my face in no they show. You got in my attention when I see you step on the floor. Waiting you got it for your side, baby. You go logo. This kind of girl fake clean my account, baby. I go low. Baby, you too correct, oh, you too correct, oh, you too correct, oh. You did bust my head, oh, this and yash be like don't let go. Baby, no finesse, oh, no finesse, oh, no finesse, oh. Baby, you just a vex, so they make my thing stand direct, oh. Dog say her name, na Esosa. Now she the suka, mami casa. Yeah, just be like bulldozer, bulldozer. I hope say I no go regret them. I tell her, say when club down close, me she leave me up for the enter. If this one a true love, if this one a fake love, I don't know. But anything waits up, I go let you know for my next song. I did fuck on now when I said you, but you not really know. I went my dash is supposed no one superstar indigo. Inside my heart I did love, but for my face in no they show. You carry my attention when I see you step on the floor. Wait till you carry fire backside, baby. You go logo. This kind of girl fake like my account, baby. I go lulu. Crayon, oh yeah, bossy panga. I go like to the give you standard. Carry hook, make a carry chorus. You know my money is up loss, and I go jam your buttocks, you. I get a driving license, and I go drive you crazy. Come to my room, check I do something. A shaman, you go chin chanchi. Oh, rishi, she dey give me dirty. La Becky, Timo Fuma, plenty. Oh, rishi, I'm any round, meje. Nothing. I did fuck on them when I said you, but you don't really know. I wear my dark shit supposed no one superstar indigo. It's a mad that they love, but from my face in no they show. You carry my attention when I see you step on the floor. Wait till you carry fire backside, baby. Wumbo lumbo. This kind of girl fake like my account, baby. I pull. Baby, you too correct. You dey bust my head, oh. This and that be like don't let go. You dey step my head, oh. Rent free, yo. You dey shock me. Elect, oh.
This song is sweet. I love it.
That's a dope record. Have you heard this clip before? This is Yoruba uncles talking money matters. Yo, this guy cracks me the fuck up. He's doing a parody essentially. But check this out. His name is Kolamide. Check this out.
ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan láti New York ló bá mi wá. kí n tún gẹ fìlà mi dípò wá ọmọ yìí ló ń fẹ́ ra Fenty Beauty ò dẹ̀ bá ra náà kí ló ń ṣe o mẹ́ni tó ní Fenty Beauty o mọ Robin Fenty ó lè má mọ̀ náà but o mọ Rihanna náà o mọ Rihanna kò mọ Rihanna Allahu Akbar orin Rihanna tá a máa kọ ní church yẹn gan náà ọlọ́run gbọ̀ngbọ̀n give it up ọlọ́run gbọ̀ngbọ̀n orin ló máa ń kọ tẹ́lẹ̀ nísìnyí ó ti wá diversify ó ti ń ta àwọn ní make up wọ́n ní burúkú owó sìn tó mọ̀ kán níyàn ní bastard money irú owó yẹn gangan lèmi wá nìkan fẹ́ lówó pé olówó rich man mọ́miládé ẹ má tún sọ mọ́ ṣe rí olówó a rich man ó lè ra epo sínú gen full tank kó tàn mọ́jú kó tún dijọ́ kejì kó tún tàn kó tún dijọ́ kẹta kó tún tàn 7 days straight a billionaire kò mọ ètò ń tepo náà ṣe rò pé ọ̀tẹ̀ dọ́là ń repo ni ẹ̀ẹ̀kejì olówó àwọn olè wọ́n lè lọ rọ ọ̀bẹ billionaire imagine pé ó lè ní mí sìn pé mo wá ń rob one by one kí n wá dọ́dọ̀ Aliko Dangote màá kọ́kọ́ bọ́ mọ́ àsìkò ojú mi náà pé mi mọ̀ pé yín ni sa mi kì í ṣọlẹ̀ ṣé torí ìbọn yìí fishery ni mo kà ní UI kò síṣẹ́ ni mo wá ní if I won't be a fisherman at least I will be a fisherman. wọn kì í rọ̀ billionaire o negotiation ló máa ṣe billionaire is not the same thing as wọn see the same class at all. I told him now dípò o ti gbọ́ o àbọ̀mọ̀ yìí ra Fenty Beauty pé kémi rà èmi mo bí ni èló tẹ̀ ní Fenty Beauty tó fẹ́ rà. Kí ló dé? Matte, nude, glossy, good. Ó wá jẹ́ 79,000 fún Fenty. Èyí ṣe wà yìí. Oluwa ni mo Fenty. 5,000 only. 5,000 last.
Oluwa ni mo.
Kò tó àbí? Ó dà ń pé mask tí mo bọ́ yẹn ìwà wa lọ wọ̀. Àwa fún ẹ níbọn. Kò máa lọ Robin Fenty.
Robin Fenty.
There's another one.
Oluwa ni mo Fenty.
No, I like.
You killed me with that one.
There's another one.
I got it now. I got all of them.
No, the guy is
Oluwa ni mo Fenty.
Accurate, man.
That nigga, he was on point, bro.
When they chop,
he was on point.
What was they eating?
This was the one of uncles on internet gist. Oh man, he's a head case.
Sucks if you don't understand Yoruba, but he has translations, I think.
Yeah, he does. His name is Kolamide.
Nípa tó mọ́mọ́ tó ń pè ní Eves.
That's like
Go Instagram. Eve Akpabio or something. Oh, mo. Oh, Teja. You know how I be. Ọmọ ẹ̀ ló tún jáde ẹ̀. Wọ́n pè máa ń follow àwọn trends. Wọ́n náà pò ń tẹ̀lé Driver Davido or something.
Now be eating the meat.
Mo wà lórí Instagram live lánàá wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ relationship ta ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ one man one woman pé ká máa fẹ́ ìyàwó kan wọ́n ní bóyá Adam in the Bible ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ bá jẹ́ Adam ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ is a very bloody fool ó ti máa lẹ́yọ̀ kan náà máa fẹ́ pé ìwọ ń sìn o ṣe like ẹja jẹ́ explain o ṣe like ẹja wàá gbé ẹ lọ sọ́jà pé kò tèrè o ṣáwá rè o Argentina rè o ojú yọbọ rè o èwo ló like Kote good kí wọ́n á ní Kote nìkan ló máa jẹ everyday ìwọ náà ni ó sound stupid now ó tiẹ̀ wá ní òkè ẹni Tuesday ó jẹ Kote bá tún dọ̀là Wednesday ẹ tún fún mi Kote kan sí o ó tún jẹ tó bá ti di bíi Saturday Sunday Kote àti sú ẹ̀ náà àbí wàá tẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ bóyá ojú yọbọ o ọ̀ croaker Adam yẹn kò lè jọmọ Oòduà tó bá jọmọ Yorùbá Ọlọ́run ó sùn báyìí ó jí ó rọmọ ẹlẹ àkọ́kọ́ wò pé Ọlọ́run ìwọ ló dá eléyìí fún mi what a mighty God thank you ìwé bó ṣe máa rẹ ọmọ yẹn lálẹ́ yẹn lásán Ọlọ́run gan á wò látòkè pé àpẹ ọkọ tí mo dá fún ọwọ́ ẹ̀ máa dá Eves ó pọ̀.
He's so
The guy now. No, these are there.
He's a head case.
These are there. They are eating.
But it sounds so much like Nigerian uncles. Like Yo, when I saw that shit, I was like, "This is several of my uncles that talk just like this, just reckless, especially at parties. When they really shy you the little bits,
eating, then the kids are there.
That's when they'll now start giving the knowledge. Sometimes they'll yarn door, sometimes they'll drop knowledge.
Just they go left, right,
As
anyway, go.
Yeah, but I thought it was hilarious. What else happened, man? A lot has happened. Oh yeah, Bill Gates, man, he divorced. What did you think about that? It doesn't really affect us in any way. But I mean, he is the richest person in the world.
Not anymore.
Probably not anymore.
Not anymore.
They said that the divorce has been in the works for like 2 years now.
Interesting.
It turns out this guy used to have an arrangement in place with his ex, where like every year he would go like once or twice a year for like a summer retreat with his ex. And it was agreed upon by Melinda. But everyone was shocked because he's about 65, she's about 58 or something like that. She's in her 50s. You know, they're pretty old, and they want you like, why would you pick now to suddenly split up?
I don't know. She's fed up. She's going to get a good deal out of it, and
perhaps
live her life.
No, or there's also other speculations out there. What? You know me, I like my conspiratorial stuff. So there have been, you know, when that Jeffrey Epstein thing happened, there were reports that Bill Gates may have been linked. I hope they don't shut down our YouTube account, but there are reports that you know Jeffrey Epstein now, that guy.
Yeah. So what he
there are reports
was
that Bill Gates was linked to, like, they used to hang out.
Bill Clinton.
They used to hang out. And apparently when that whole Jeffrey Epstein thing happened, they're saying that Melinda was really, really, really disturbed by the fact that her husband was associated with that guy. And there are rumors, again, these are all allegations, there are rumors that might have been what kind of sparked. Because, again, this divorce has been in the works for 2 years. So they've known that they were going to separate for 2 years. But they're saying that that's what may have kind of sparked Melinda to want to leave.
It's possible.
But either way, they're going to be rich. She's going to be rich. She's going to be either the first or second richest woman in the world now.
I don't care. It's not possible, though, but I don't care.
Some people, some people hate Bill Gates because of his whole vaccine thing.
We were saying, what did she find out about the vaccine? Before I can take it.
Some people tell us, what's up with this vaccine? No, like, I beg. Yeah. I just thought it was interesting.
Well, I saw an interesting picture of the top 10 richest men. Mm-hmm. I think 7 of them are divorced now or getting divorced. Only 3.
Bezos too.
Only 3. Only
Musk was already divorced already. He's his second wife, I think.
Only Zuckerberg has not been. Zuckerberg and 2 other guys.
Yeah. It's funny, right? Guess who popped out after that Bill Gates divorce? You know Kevin Samuels. So, let's just a quick update, right? That Kevin Samuels is running wild. He has updated his messaging now. So there's a new messaging he has where he goes, if you're a high value man, if you're a rich man, whatever tag you want to use, right? That you don't really cheat. That you exercise options. That
like stocks.
Yeah, that you just have the. Basically, his argument is that you don't work so hard and hustle that hard, only to just remain with that one person. Like basically was trying to say that men that work to that point, that are at the apex of society, that are ballers, that are putting in hours and making all this money, right? The demand for those men are much higher. So for him, he sees it as they're not necessarily cheating, that they're just exercising their options. And his own argument is that their women should be on board with it. So he used Bill Gates as an example because obviously Bill Gates had this arrangement with Melinda, and the fact that she was on board with it, and he was trying to use that to Man, that guy.
I don't even know.
that guy
I
is a
haven't seen
head
any
case.
of his videos recently. I didn't even know he still does videos.
Dude, the guy's
What about
popularity
that
has
one?
been going
Oh,
up.
that one that does.
The guy's popularity has been, he's up to over 800,000 subscribers. Last time we talked, he was at 600,000. He's at 800,000 subscribers now.
What's the guy? That one that was his wife was wearing helmet of salvation.
Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson. Also, that one's still doing his thing.
Well, I don't think he's really been dropping videos like that.
No.
But something recently happened with Doctor. Remember we talked about
Dr.
Dr.
Umar,
Umar
was
Johnson.
shading.
Yeah, so there's a little clip out there. I'm gonna play it.
He was shading
It's-
Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, it's Dr. Umar,
I don't
Kevin
know, man.
Samuel.
These guys are just. I don't get why they still have platforms, but like, who's giving them this attention?
I count about a dozen. I'm gonna call them the dirty dozen of division. The triple D, the dirty dozen of division. There's about 12 members of the dirty dozen of division, 12 beta males, YouTube life coaches, who are
Tubian.
trying to build a platform by making black women feel bad. I don't like it. I can't appreciate black men trying to make a dollar off of making black women feel bad. And unfortunately, our black women, some of them are so thirsty for validation that they're participating. They're participating in the attacks and slander against the black female community, and that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. No black women should
So you think it
ever
was the name of 12 people?
subject herself, even for
No, but
amusement.
everyone knew who he was
Even
talking
for
about.
amusement.
But this was what
Even for amusement, the black
I know there's a.
this was
thing he
what
posted.
yeah this was what
Umar Johnson, the man who has 2 children by 2 different women that he never married. Dr. Umar Johnson,
this
the
is
guy
the
that
shit
for
he
the
was
last
doing.
10 years has not built brick one of a school he's collected money from. Dr.
For an
Umar,
example.
No, but this is an old video though.
Dr. Umar Johnson,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
I've seen
man who
this.
calls you queen, mother, goddess, and all this other kind of stuff. And again, for those who are keeping score, this is another woman who comes on and says, talk to us more like Umar. The Prince of Pan African. Big Papa's in the house. Run my donations. I mean, shout out to Umar. I ain't got no problem with the dude, but I think it's funny y'all keep coming over here asking
Run
everybody
my
to talk like Umar.
donations.
Queen Mother God and cocoa butter and sea moss gold and shit.
and some of them claim to not even like me. So why are you quoting my material and not referencing me? You obviously watch me. You obviously watch me because too much of my material is coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, these guys are.
So everybody's saying they want to inverse us. Inverse us on Kevin Samuels.
Versus Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, but that's what's going on the internet.
I know. I see he posted a shade.
Tweets
Did you
right
see
now.
Who? You see the shade he posted at
Who? Dr. Umar or
Dr. Umar
at who?
at
Kevin Samuels. Another one.
Yeah, I think he posted. It says there's a growing. Oh, okay.
I think that was the one that he was saying YouTubians or something.
Yeah, there's a growing beta male YouTubian community that is creating a sector dedicated to slandering and criticizing black women who don't emulate Eurocentric standards of beauty and success. Unfortunately, many sisters have become prey for these coons due to an unconscious need for male validation. Black women, you do not need a man to validate your worth. It's funny because Dr. Omar gives me Derek Jackson vibes at this point.
Yeah, yes, no.
I
He's always
remember
talking
what I
about his
said.
queens. He's
That
always
whole
talking
thing.
about his
Yeah,
queens.
the old Derek Jackson. I don't know, man.
But he's always also pushing for people. But he's also the same one that says that as a black man, you shouldn't be dating or marrying white women.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be
all that
dating out of
says
your
it, yeah.
race. You know, it's just these extreme people.
They're
It's
very
always these extreme.
There's never like
There's never a
one that
middle.
is like, you know what?
There's never a
You're in the
middle.
middle. It's one end.
There's never a middle. He's the one that says you're a coon if you date a white woman. But I just thought it was funny, man.
Have you seen pictures of him with his like at events with like white women? And then
Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar, and then with black women. The
the
energy is totally different. I don't even think he touches the. He doesn't.
What else happened, man? A lot has happened. Did you hear about Drizzy Drake, man? Certified Lover Boy. You heard how he ended some girl's 8-year engagement. That nigga is a fucking demon, man. Demon.
Canadian demon.
Yeah, apparently, for those that don't know, this girl, he flew to Canada to come and meet him, and he flew her and her boyfriend. She happens to be an artist, and I think he probably wanted to use that cruise of let's do a song together. I don't think the boyfriend was invited. I think that one just hopped on the private jet regardless, right? Yo, tell me why these people had been together 8 years. I think the guy even manages her. Long story short, before you know it, the guy is posting online talking about, I went to go meet this guy and all of a sudden I don't have a girl. And some thick joint like this, I forgot her name. It's unfair if I don't have her name. I should have her name. Drake 8-year. Yeah, her name is Naomi Sharon. Yeah. Drake is being accused of breaking up Naomi Sharon's 8-year engagement, and her fiancé claims she was unfaithful with the rapper.
Well, why are you engaged for 8 years, though?
Good question. That's a long time to be engaged. That's a long ass time to be engaged. But yeah, that's what happened with Drake. All alleged, of course. What else is happening on these internet streets? Have you heard of this new show called Blue Therapy?
It's fake.
It turns out it's fake, right?
Yeah, it was fake.
Why
I saw the second video. Second clip when they were arguing about Whiskey and Burna Boy.
Yeah, what was that about, man? So
I think it's fake. I don't know.
I mean, you're sure it's fake.
Yes.
So they said that
they found the
they said the therapist is an actress.
Actress. But it's obviously fake. But again, it's smart because it's back to...
It got people talking. This is...
Yeah.
Right? Now, if she has a comment from a guy, love struck, then if she's liking and commenting on it, oh, thanks, hon, do you think that's necessary?
So it's...
Depends on the reasons why.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, my God. Relationship.
No, so I don't like that. That guy is laughing over it. I want to find something where they're not laughing over it. It's two couples basically. It's like these guys that decide to do couples therapy this is it.
To ask me what she wants from me when she is the one that is ruining our brand.
Our brand. How is my Instagram?
Okay, these two are called Chema and Paul, and they're having a therapy session. But then the premise is that they agreed to have it recorded. They're supposed to be married, I think. But one of the guys, he's such a he's. Have
you seen this one?
This one? Yeah, this is the other couple. I've got what their name is. One of them is a gym guy.
There's one where the girl was talking about. Well, look, at the end of the day, it ties back into what I was saying in the beginning of the whole.
Do you even save?
The old Quavo and Saweetie video.
She has nothing.
The fact is,
all she have is that wig
aspect of you as my man
and makeup.
Provide for me at this present moment in time. Like I said, when we get married, if we get married, then we'll think about things that I need to do. But for now,
anyways,
when I stopped taking it seriously was when this couple showed up and they said that they've been in a relationship for 1 year. I'm like, they're not even married.
Well,
why are you here?
No, I saw the videos. So I saw videos. People were sharing video of that couple where the girl was talking about like her dad does everything for her. And when the guy asked her, okay, so what do you bring? I do all these things. What do you bring to the table? And she said that's rude. Then the other video I saw was that bald guy and his wife talking about
that's the Paul and Chema
and Davido. I mean,
something about Whiskey and Davido.
No, he was Burna. He's a Burna fan.
Yeah, no, he was saying that when he met her, they used to be a Burna fan, and now she's a Whiskey fan. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's. I knew it was fake.
But if it's fake, why though? Why would you do that? Like,
I knew it was fake, but at that point, I knew it was fake. But again, the reason why I said it's smart is the people who created it is. It's back to that thing I said in the beginning is there's such a divide. People already have preconceived notions. Okay, see that video now where that guy was saying.
I think it's for people that want the gender wars.
Yes, see that guy that was saying that, she has nothing. All she has is that weave. The Paul guy, so many insults has been flying his way on Twitter. These are men, these are stupid. This is what this man do. This is what this man do. Then on the other hand, you have people saying, see these women, they bring nothing. Why is she saying it's rude? That's what this thing is.
I see
for.
what you're doing. So
there's a lot of
it's to
think
drive
pieces.
content.
It's to drive content. It's which is what people want to see.
It's like people we already know that there are always these factions online that are always coming for each other. Yeah. So it's almost like people are creating content.
So you're giving,
just to divide them more, because people are always going to see.
So you're giving
things.
one end where, how can you go to where a woman is obviously talking about her father? She said, "I don't even like to drive. Even if I have a car, my father drives me anywhere." Does that sound realistic or practical to you?
Yeah,
but and then the follow up from the man is, "What do you bring to the table?" And then her response is, "That's rude." Think about it. Do you know how many guys are going to get triggered by that's interaction?
That's what
it
is.
Do you understand?
The specific intent of this video was to trigger people.
Yes,
to trigger, especially trigger people that engage in these gender wars.
So
that's what
some guys will sit there and say, or even women to sit there and say, "What the hell? Why is she saying is rude?" After what she just said, what kind of this thing? Same thing with the whole Paul guy coming to speak whatever he's speaking. You're going to find people who are, It plays into one part of people's lives and emotions, and people who are invested in these things are gonna come out. But the moment I saw two clips, like mini clear, like this thing has to be fake.
Yeah.
And then someone came out and said, "Oh yeah, the lady's
she's an actress. They found her page
and everything." Like it's
that's I don't know. That to me that's just an unnecessary.
Because think about how did you find out about it? Now people were writing think pieces or posting captions.
It's like an unnecessary troll, and it's like, gosh.
See this one now. See this one. You see the tweet. The therapist says, "What do you do?" Paul, I'm a provider. See the girl shocked, like, what? That's what he's supposed to do.
It was the specific intent was to
scroll up again. What's this one again? It says, "Therapist, do you believe that you give Chioma the love that she needs or requires?" Paul, we live together. Like, what kind of response? See the girls like, wow, this is what their reactions. These people are tweeting.
It's triggering people left and right.
People like, what?
Speaking of triggering, I've come to conclude that Clubhouse, right, is an app for people that like to get triggered, of course, and people that like to trigger too.
Of course, they fit each other perfectly.
So what I've noticed that the vast majority of what people are doing now is they're using titles that automatically trigger people, right, to come in, and I'm finding that it's becoming more and more toxic because you have these people, just like we're talking about these guys. They
started from Twitter though,
on these different divides of all these different wars,
and they intentionally
the intention is to just drive people there to like.
So this is the problem.
Come at each other. And there are different factions. There's the gender war faction.
Yes.
There's the Edos African fight. Yes. There's the which other ones? There's the LGBTQ and the religious people one. There's even the religious and the non-religious people fight, and that's all it is. It's just rooms full of people. Just obviously, there are rooms that don't engage in these things,
of course.
But for a lot of the rooms that are popping, like those 500, 1,000
there are
rooms,
a lot of.
It's just to trigger people.
High value men.
It's just you see that stuff.
How to get it? This you see a woman up in a room saying, "Don't if you want to remain poor, date only black men."
Then you see a response.
Then you see a response room.
That's all it is.
And it's like, but again, this is what happens. Is I see these rooms, I scroll past. People don't. So I saw a tweet today that someone shared about this Reno mockery guy, whatever, and he speaks a lot of rubbish. So. I already had him muted on my Twitter for so long. Yeah. But it's something about, unless a woman was raped or something, he says he doesn't have pity for any single mother or something like that. Or something controversial he said. Yeah. And I just looked at it and said, honestly, I don't understand why people are triggered because you can literally mute him the way I've muted him. Like, if you guys stop giving him attention, eventually he will stop tweeting these things. Because he's tweeting these things knowing, once I tweet it like this, I'm going to blow. These people are going to come and interact with me. They're going to call me names. And I'm popping. I don't know him for anything except that his tweets are controversial and people have been mad at his tweets. Ignore him. I just put him on my mute list. I don't want to be seeing him unless you take a screenshot like was done and share the screenshot of his tweet. Then I will see it. But as far as you retweeting what he says, it's not going to come on my timeline. So
but instead of ignoring, you know what they'll do?
They will not get engaged.
They will engage, and if they don't get their way, they'll decide that they won't go and report.
Exactly, and that's what ends up happening.
Speaking of reporting, did you hear?
Yeah, I saw it. They
one
reported
of our
him
guys,
one
of our guys on Clubhouse
that's
got
what they
suspended.
Do. They report people and
over
then,
some bullshit.
You know, then they celebrate you being reported. They try to call it deplatforming. They call it, but again, when you start to look at what exactly,
really
when you look
toxic,
at, okay, so when you start to say, but the problem is that this energy, why don't we use it to go and be recalling governors and presidents in Nigeria? And every day we sit on internet
They're
and,
not
and
easy
call,
targets. That's why.
And call Desmond
They'd rather go come for the easy
Why don't we
targets.
go for him instead? Why don't we go for these people in office, these things that are happening, the insecurities in Nigeria? Let's unite, and if we have the power to recall and deplatform and cancel, go report all these other people.
Right
but
now,
you won't do it.
Right now, people are so divided.
So, but instead, you're
media.
focusing on social media beefs.
They're so
Then
divided.
you call
on
yourself
social
a progressive youth. You call yourself a concerned individual.
Another thing that I see too on Clubhouse.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Sorry, before you go. I've Clubhouse that someone is in a room for 4 hours, 3 hours on stage waiting to talk, only for them to say when it's their turn to talk that I'm offended about this room.
Can you imagine?
You sat there for 4 hours.
Like
say
4 hours.
4 hours.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Leave.
So another thing that I noticed too is people they call it trauma bonding. There are also people that go on there to just pour out all their traumatic things that have happened to them.
Yeah.
And they like try to bond over it. And I find that stuff so
you're talking
disturbing.
Strangers that
people
don't
you don't
wish
know.
you don't even know if they wish you well or
people
not.
You don't know.
People you don't know in real life. You're out there telling them
Randoms.
your life stories, your name,
telling them about everything that's happened. And I'm like, why would you?
People know so
and
much
I'm starting
about you.
to think there's like some form of, I don't know, maybe they need to categorize it, but there's some kind of mental condition going on. And I don't think they have a term for it yet. But it has something to do with engagement on social media and how it affects people's decisions and how they do things and how it affects people's lives.
It's a drug.
There's something, it's because it's become like a drug, and I feel like they need to come up with some kind of definition for it, because I think it's really affecting people, and I think the younger the people are, the more susceptible they are to some of these things. But there are even some old people there that are acting the fuck out. That I'm just like,
it's a drug. I don't really know. I think maybe I'm just conditioned differently because, you know, I see a tweet that just pisses me off and I just mute the person, especially if you're known for doing such stuff, and just I keep it moving.
Unfollow.
If I follow you.
So our guy that got suspended off Clubhouse the other day, I entered the room where they were talking about it, and some people were like, "Yeah, you know, I sometimes I report people because, you know, I just feel like if people are saying anything that's harmful to like any kind of community, you know, I don't let that stand." And in my mind, I'm thinking, you see, your idea of harmful.
It's not someone else's idea.
It's not someone, because when you actually probe into exactly what the harmful thing that was said, it could be maybe something ignorant that was said, but they'll term it as, well, this is harmful and this is like violence. There's certain some people feel like there's certain speech that can be considered violence.
I've heard
and I'm like, what the
certain of
does
these
that
people
mean?
Certain of these people will come about and say
it downplays
stuff like
people that really.
I have seen them in rooms talking about how they don't like white people. And I'm like, you know that in its own is harmful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because it's you saying it and you feel that way, you believe. So like, think about it. Imagine, and then if you call them out for that, it becomes a case of, oh, you are pandering to colorism. You know, you're pandering to this, you're pandering to that. But if everyone behaved the way you're behaving, then we are all pandering.
Yeah.
So you can't call out. You see, this calling out, like, when it's, again, that's why I say we don't like to stick to facts. If somebody is really bullying somebody, if someone is really misogynistic or homophobic or these things that we tag people, bring proof. If we can see it's blatant, not subjectiveness.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these things is subjectiveness. You can go on Clubhouse and refer to a woman as a girl, and somebody will say you are belittling her.
Yeah.
That is not, that's not proof. You can correct the vocabulary and say, okay, I think maybe you should refer to her as a woman instead. Reporting the accounts is not solving that issue. Going to attack the person is not solving that issue. Blatant proof. If you know somebody is being a bigot, show the proof that he's been a bigot. If you know somebody's been homophobic, show the proof. Don't go and read in between lines that you assume.
Yeah.
Then again, don't go and carry it on your head because XYZ told you that this person is this way. You know, see it yourself. Because a lot of times
damaging people's reputations.
A lot of times when you sit down and ask these people one-on-one and say, okay, that person is a bad person. What exactly did they do that is bad? They will say they did bad things. Okay. What bad things did they do? They're never specific. Then if you start to probe, it looks like you're defending the bad things that this person did. I'm not defending anything,
and
but I want to know.
They now start tagging you
as a bad person because they're like, oh, you call you a apologist or a sympathizer.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I actually want to know exactly what. I'm not there 24/7. I don't see everything, so I want to know. Tell me, what did the bad thing this person did? They can't specifically, and when did they do it?
I stopped engaging. I only come up once in a while now.
I go in there.
Now I just go in to listen.
I go and listen.
That's
what I do. I go in there and listen, and again, Clubhouse has a leave quietly feature. Leave. I do that. Scroll my timeline.
Block.
I see
unfollow.
Rooms. You see rooms.
There's so many options. But some people will carry it on their head and say, no, we're going to. First of all, they'll hop in that person's DMs. They'll yap that person's life. Then they'll now decide that we're going to report you. I'm like, why do you feel so passionate about this stuff
in my life?
Man, some people really need to have mental evaluations.
Dude, I'd rather die than get into a fight with somebody on social media that I don't know.
Can you imagine really hopping in people's DMs, like people you don't know, just angry,
and then
the heck?
I would rather.
I'm telling you, there's a mental condition for it, and I want people. I want them to find a name for it.
At me with some stuff, I would ignore you or give you thumbs up, but you will not see me going back and forth with you. Why? Somebody I don't know in real life.
Yeah,
because I
crazy.
Yeah, so but it's the need, someone really needs to look into, and now I'm hearing Android is about to get Clubhouse, so there are going to be a lot more toxic Nigerians on that app. I give it to you for sure.
That's going to be a
lot of bullshit. It's about to go down, man.
Moving on, man. Moving on. I want to touch on this thing. Twitter, man. They're opening operations in Ghana. How the heck did we lose that?
Why you want to open in Nigeria so they can kidnap all your staff and
they're not kidnapping.
Let them.
Because of the rising insecurity.
There's rising insecurity. Did you see rumors today that they said Aso Rock got robbed?
Really?
Yeah, I don't believe it, but there's a newspaper that has been.
No, but it's getting really serious in Nigeria.
Yeah, so
it's getting really serious. There's been a bunch of things that have happened. I don't want to get into it because I don't feel like I have.
I heard the audio of somebody on the phone with kidnappers, and the way they're negotiating, like for these people they kidnap is like you're negotiating to buy chicken.
Oh, wow.
So if you don't bring the money, I go waste that more. So okay, how much? I have 2 of them. How much do you have? 5. Is that for one person? It cannot be for 2 people. If this guy pick the one way you want out of the 2, like this, is how they were talking. Another guy too was saying the story about how he got kidnapped while he was driving his somebody's car.
Yeah,
got kidnapped on the expressway. They took him into the bush. They were walking. Eventually, at some point, he was sleeping.
Yeah,
in the bush with these people, and a bird. He was unchained, and a bird kind of flew over his head. That was made like a noise, like it was in the bush, and the noise kind of woke him up. I guess the bird was like tweeting or whatever noise, whistling, and he woke up and looked to his left, looked to his right, and saw that the kidnappers were still asleep. So he kind of stood up, took off his slippers, and made sure he was walking quietly. And then he just ran. He was somewhere in the bush in like Ife area. Then he saw like a light of a building, like a factory, ran into there, and that's how he finally found his way back. And he's narrating the story, and he's saying that he heard that the next day or so after they kidnapped him, on that same road again, they kidnapped another 2 set of people.
Wow.
Yeah, these things are like, it's business. It's becoming big business that they're kidnapping people, calling, say, hey, bring 10 million family pays, they return them back. It's like a profitable business now.
Someone was saying it right now. The two most populous countries in Africa are going through massive insecurity.
Yes,
Ethiopia too is going through.
So
it.
everybody's going through. So when and then we have leaders who, I always say, look, Buhari's problem is, first of all, there's a lot of theories about what's going on with Buhari. A lot of people have said he's not stable. I'll be surprised if he has maybe like Alzheimer's or something. But a lot of people have said he's not stable and he's not coherent. Even that's why his speeches are usually not live. They seem like he's not okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think he can even make a lot of decisions. Allegedly, he cannot make a lot of good decisions. But even if, I think he's been focusing more on infrastructure, and the problem we have is infrastructure is one thing, but we're past beyond just infrastructure. So the other people in charge of these other things are not competent at all. They are letting these insecurities run wild and just do its own thing. Also, the ones in charge of technology, we don't have somebody. The last minister of technology was saying something about Nigeria will build pencils in 2023 or something like. We don't have. So when you see Ghana, businesses are not running well. Once business starts to thrive, look at this fintech industry. Watch how the government is going to find a way to make money. So why should Twitter? Why should Jack bring Twitter to Nigeria?
Nigerians were,
if Ghana is giving you better incentives to function as a business, because businesses come to Nigeria and they close quick. International businesses come and they run into the ground because of, look at Go-Kada, look at all these things. In Nigeria, again, you can't start a business today based on a plan, and tomorrow it takes one person in the government to wake up and sign something into order that without warning. See, UK, London tried to stop Uber from operating. It didn't go through. In Nigeria, one person can wake up and make that decision.
That's crazy.
So why do you want to move a business to Nigeria at this moment? Until this government is out and a government that comes in that is ready to allow, but I give it to Buhari 2023.
Next year now.
2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
Yeah, but I give it to Buhari though in terms of at least infrastructure, like the trains and the bridges. They seem to be at least getting completed. I've seen a lot of people post pictures about taking the train from Lagos to Ibadan. Let's hope that stays. Let's hope the next government continues to move it. But insecurity, if you don't have security in your country, you don't have security, you don't have steady water supply, you don't have power.
Yeah.
So Twitter will move its headquarters to Nigeria, will come and hire security guards. They'll build generator, then they'll bring generator, then they'll be providing their own water. Then what's the point?
Yeah. There was even this, speaking of insecurity, there was this one guy, Pantami, and I'm not going to get into the details because I don't know all the details, but it's a guy that's on the...
He's a minister.
That's on, he's on the...
He's a minister in Nigeria.
He's in the administration of Buhari, but apparently this guy had made statements in the past where he's
the Federal Minister of Communications and Digital Economy of Nigeria.
Yes. Yeah. And was he supposed to be getting promoted or something?
I don't even know.
But basically, this guy had made statements in the past where he was sympathizing with Boko Haram.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's someone that has sympathized with terrorists that's in the government.
Yes.
Now they're saying that he's walked it back, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. But it doesn't matter. Like the fact that he was even ever a sympathizer of those guys, there's something really troubling about it, and it's made people doubt the sincerity and how serious the Buhari government really is about trying to do something about this security threat that we're facing in the country right now, which has been growing every
there's no
day.
Active, these people don't care for the citizens. They don't, and that's why I said it takes effort to. The way they look at these citizens is like, they don't care. They don't care that Sarz is killing his people. They don't care that. Look at Gumi, who will come and tell you, oh, kidnappers have kidnapped 500 boys, but he knows where they are. Give him money.
The guy that
give him money.
Negotiates with
why is that? Like, even you as this person, are you not sad? Like, you are, I'll give them my money. Government pay me back. If you really did care about these people, you will find a way that the next time you're going to go and meet these people, you have government intelligence people with you watching from a distance that are following these people back to where they are to take all of them out.
Oh, but we talked about this now. Like, I don't think that's fair.
But the same Nigeria, no, why is it not fair?
Because we don't know if they take those guys out, it doesn't mean that there won't be other people that now come.
So you're saying,
and then there will never be a mediator.
But you're saying,
I get what you're saying.
Mediator?
There's something that's terribly, there's something that's terribly catastrophic about having a mediator that actually negotiates with terrorists to begin with. That in itself is a problem. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we talked about this before. I don't think Nigeria is at a place where they have other means of being able to save people's lives.
But when U.S. citizens in Nigeria got kidnapped, Nigeria, in fact, there was one I saw about Chinese citizens. Someone posted from last year. Nigerian police sent helicopters. When U.S. citizens got kidnapped in Nigeria, there was no Gumi, there was nobody. Nigeria, in conjunction with the U.S., Nigerian Navy or Army played a huge part in it. Got those people back in one piece and safe and soundly. So,
Naisha, there weren't any negotiations in the background.
Again, listen, U.S. says we don't negotiate with terrorists. I don't believe the U.S. does not negotiate with terrorists, but not as openly as having a Gumi going about. Because you see what happened.
So you're saying just the optics.
The optics because
of it even being acknowledged publicly.
So what ends up happening?
I agree with that. Gumi, there's something catastrophic about having that kind of.
Yes, if one day
policy
these people meet Gumi and they leave and bam, they get taken out. Yes, the next person might think, snap, I don't want to Gumi. But there's the next person that would actually be like, I actually don't even want to do this thing because then they're killing people out here. The government's coming for us, It's so you see that US government getting those people out in that rescue mission. It's not it's publicized as man, they got them out. Even if there might have been negotiation, US does negotiate, but not openly. Now people wake up and say, "Guy, let's go kidnap bandits." Guy, in the space of how many months? It's 300 kids today, 500 kids tomorrow. This one is becoming rampant.
Yeah, it's crazy.
These people need food. So then is it not counterproductive? 200, 300, 500 million you could have given to Nigerian army to beef them up. You don't give it. Nigerian army goes out to fight with the depleted weapons they have. They cut off their food supplies. They cut off, they make life difficult for Boko Haram, right? Boko Haram returns by going to kidnap 600 kids. And then the Nigerian government, the money that the Boko Haram the Nigerian army has worked so hard to scot. Boko Haram will just go and kidnap 600 kids, call Gumi, tell them to bring us 500 million, case solved. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's still a counterproductive.
Yeah,
the amount of money you're giving terrorists, put it into your thing and go out. So these people don't care. It's messed up.
It's messed up.
Now they're telling people be aware, telling people watch where you go, telling people this. So now your own security, your own everything in Nigeria.
It's crazy, man.
I mean, I don't know, man. I really don't know that government.
Are we still doing this thing in December at this point?
Now. Okay. Lagos, do okay.
I guess we'll just have to keep our eyes open.
Lagos.
Yeah, but I think it's about time to wrap up. Before we do, I want us to talk about smiling sufferer of the week, man. Who's really getting it this week?
I don't know. Is anybody
who's taking the L's this week?
The L's obviously the Super League people, man.
The teams, the Super League teams,
the founders, but that's not even this week. But yeah, Super League people.
Yeah.
I mean, who's winning? I guess Wizkid Essence is doing well. What's her name?
It is
Thames. Who else has been having a win? I don't know. Everybody, I guess.
I can speak for myself. I definitely had a recent win.
Oh yeah, you had a.
So my wife delivered about a week ago. Well, about 2 weeks ago, which is why we've been kind of MIA for a while. So I'm really thankful for that. I'm really, really thankful for that. I'm a dad now.
Daddy Corey.
And
Daddy K.
Yeah, man. Her name is Ari.
I heard you a little mushy.
Eh? What?
I heard you a little mushy around her.
No, I'm not.
That's what I was told.
Yeah. It's been a significant development in my life, and I'm definitely not getting any sleep. I'm not getting any sleep whatsoever. Any other W's this week? I'm trying to see who else. Oh yeah, Bill Gates is definitely suffering this week.
His money.
But then again, look, these guys have been planning for 2 years. I think. Look, Bill Gates is still smiling compared to the rest of the world.
Of course.
Yeah, man. I think that's all we got. Do you? I have an outro song. Unless you have one, I got one over here in the chamber.
I think Khalid Go dropped the new song.
He did?
Yeah. The brother dropped a new song.
Have you heard this Tonongo song? It's by Sarz. It's your guy.
Yeah, play it.
It's by Lojay and Sarz. Tonongo.
I fuck with Sarz, so I know it's dope.
You don't fuck with Sarz?
I said I fuck with Sarz.
Yes, no,
so
that's why I
dope,
picked it. But before we go off, please, guys, don't forget to follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our page. Follow us on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Smiling_sufferer on Instagram. We're on Twitter @smilingpod. And I guess we'll catch you next time. Thank you all. This is Tonongo by Lojay featuring Sarz. Check this out.
Champagne stripper, real gold digger. She need moolah, big back biller. Waist on wicked, legs grown thicker. Oh my God. One night lover, blood and fire. Turn my balance to small boy dollar. Pump cover my up blank tata. Oh, Jesus. You win the ass chick ballon d'or. Put all your soul into it. You make the thing go tonongo. Body like bar and oropo. The way you ride this fluid. You make the thing go tonongo. She demand your love, oh no. Kitty like a flamingo. Comment tu t'appelles? Do you live in Jalingo? I don't want to let you go. Telling you to finito. If you be my layer, will I be your hand solo? Met her at the club and hesitated to judge. Wine to the base, to the bottle of scotch. Scramble my head and she do it on soft to girlie, oh. Yeah, you make it easy to fall in love. Cause you got the qualities I need on lock. Social sinner to fashion killer. Oh, Jesus. You win the ass chick ballon d'or. Put all your soul into it. You make the thing go tonongo. Body like bar and oropo. The way you ride this fluid. You make the thing go tonongo.